Try again. Trying this all again. Nothing, but somebody showed up thinking, I don't know, it's hard to, so used to doing restream that it's, okay, there we go. I hope. So let's come back again. Yeah. I don't know how to do half of this stuff from here. But all right. So I'm trying, people. Even trying to pull the phone down. And yes, that was a gift too. That was not anything I bought personally. But it had, I wouldn't have thought of buy it personally because of how much it cost. But my home is missing. Stolen by Austin Police Department. Why? Well, they said it was abandoned, but I was physically in it at the time. Oh, during a city and county state of emergency. Oh, there's some cool air. Cool breeze.
And look, it's storming. It's about to rain.
Yeah, probably. It's going to rain again. Well, it's supposed to. It's supposed to be raining because the state of emergency lasts until tomorrow.
State of emergency lasts until tomorrow.
Hello, Monica. Hello, Monica. Yeah, hello, everybody that's showing up here. Please give a thumbs up, like, subscribe. I know this is like attempt number 4 or 5, more or less, but yeah, I don't know how well it's doing on YouTube because, well, I don't have my computer. My home with my computers, my medical equipment, my mobility scooter that was a blessing from other people out there because the VA wouldn't help me. And of course everybody says, well, why don't you go to the VA? Why don't you go to the VA? Why don't you go to the VA to help you with your RV? Well, the programs they have, or they actually refer you to because the VA doesn't do them. I think I see my expression. So the VA, because the VA doesn't do them, are vehicle programs to help you, basically disability adjustments, put in a wheelchair ramp on a minivan, help you get a minivan. They got that that's one program that's directly through the VA, funded by the VA, because basically at that point the vehicle is medical equipment, or to help repair your vehicle tires, things like that, for purposes of like to and from work and medical appointments. That's it. And homes are only for sticks and bricks. Actual physical, even mobile homes, manufactured homes, double wides, when you want to refer to it. Oh yeah, here's this is nice. This wind is having fun. See the branches behind me. But yeah, but there's no program for anything in between. Other than other people. Now, how we got our original RV was through a program that helps veterans. a nonprofit that has recently started back up again. Said it was abandoned, towed it. Officer Rougeau, Austin Police Department. He had a hard on. He wanted my mobility scooter because it looks like because it has purposes like an ATV. Plus, he's in conjunction with Sonia of Parks and Rec, who does permitting. They don't like that we're ministry and here administering and helping people in the area. They took his, but he hasn't been here in a couple of days. But he has a car and works here locally. So I'm not wondering if maybe he was in the hospital. He's been in the hospital I haven't seen him in about a week, or a little. I haven't seen any activity for over a week. So he could be in the hospital or dead for all I know. No, the Waymo and the Waymo Jaguars. Well, actually, that's one of the bigger. That's the other person. That's their local snitch. One of the person that's homeless in a Tesla. The one that sleeps in his Tesla. Oh yeah, they use this area for staging. They come through to stage. Well, they don't park unless they're charging at the depot. So, and to stage near an area without, like, say, you want to be close to, say, downtown without blocking downtown traffic until somebody calls you. You go somewhere nearby and they circle. They do circle the block and stuff. Sometimes it kind of seems like that, but no. No, all those the light poles they put over by the dog park, those have surveillance cameras on top of them. But because there was such a fight over the flock cameras, even though they still installed those poles, because there's an exact thing. Because if they were light sensors, like they would want you to think. Because if you notice at the bottom of the hill heading up to the gas station, up to William Cannon, coming out of the park, there's a light pole that looks exactly the same. Exact. But it does come on every night. Those have been installed for almost a year now, and they don't come on at all. If those were actually light sensors. And I watched them do the electrical. I've gone past all the electrical. So every time I go past them, I flip the bird because I know that their flock cameras on them. That's another oxymoron.
I thought they were kind of conceited a little bit.
No, the reason for the living streets because they wrote me on a stupid site. They wrote a citation for a stupid law that's unenforceable. You can't park anything over 9,000 pounds on streets with speed limits under 30 miles an hour. Unless you are an emergency utility vehicle or loading and unloading of, not persons, loading and unloading like materials, packages, product. It used to be, basically that law used to have another set of exemptions in it for the area they do South by Southwest through downtown, through downtown and all that, Cesar Chavez and all that, where they do South by Southwest. It used to have a board. Last year it had a border exception that said, yeah, people could park down there with like the taco trucks and stuff like that for South by Southwest and not violate that so-called law. But literally, I looked it up. F-250s and above, F-250s, F-350s, 2500s, 3500s, they're all about, the weight limit says 9,000 pounds, which I think is a typo. It should say 19 if anything. But where there's no posted speed limit through here, And also, what you would have to do with that in order to make that make sense. Oh, here's the rain.
Damn it. The phone. Oh.
You know, that's why you have a protective cover case for it. But the other thing is you'd have to have that commercial vehicle or the trucks, the gross weight truck. Yeah, the sign, the prohibitive truck signs.
Yeah.
The image is a box truck and with a do not symbol, a box truck, and then it says what the rate, nothing over GVWR, 20,000 pounds, 19,000 pounds, 16,000 pounds. The bridge or weight limit, as it's called. See, that's what they don't realize. I used to be a commercial truck driver. I had to pay attention to those signs every day.
What time did they come pick it up today?
Around noon.
Yeah, I never.
I then threatened to call animal protection to steal my dog and CPS to steal my daughter.
Nothing or nobody in the
Let me get under it.
We were physically in it at point, when they showed up. Under threat of arrest. And I asked where their warrant was. And, we don't need a stinking warrant. We can do it under the camping law. No. If that was the case, that would be what's cited on the tow receipt. It says abandoned on the tow receipt. Those orange stickers say abandoned. I give it definitions of abandoned. They have different categories of abandoned. And we were none of them. We're not on the side of them. Because see, here's the opposite side of that. Everything over 35 miles an hour, like when you're talking like William Cannon or Bluff Springs, where they have the higher speed limits, or the freeway, you can't park on the sides of those either. In an RV. And the actual state camping law. Oh, good. Stop for a second. Nice cool down. The state camping law, 90% of, well, at least 75 to 80% of it covers private property. This has all become public property. In fact, some of it's even state and federal state land. Yeah, thanks. You too. Be careful where you park that thing.
This car made a little. Look.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See? I was just pointing out the fact there's a dry spot where the car was. Yeah, let's see what I can do here. There we go. Okay, that should be somewhat helpful.
Is that what you're doing?
No, no, not exactly. I forget what breed.
Oh, he's serious.
Anybody new that's stopping in, please don't forget to like, subscribe, thumbs up. And I don't know about joining, it'd be nice to have people that, want to continue support as members, but I try to do some members content, or at least release first to members some things, but I'll be honest. Turn that off, it's cool enough out now. Well, there should be some sound.
I didn't see any lightning.
Can y'all hear me? But yeah. Okay. Thanks, Spawn Trooper. Fixing the storm. It's been storming since Monday or Tuesday. Basically, yeah, since Monday. Sunday, that last Sunday, the governor set out a state of emergency, and like Monday or so, the city mayor here in Austin, Texas, put out a state of emergency, as well as the county judge for the county level.
It's raining again.
Yeah, and there's not really any trees we go under for protection. Well, actually, Russell, hand me that. Give me that umbrella.
Yeah.
That's Mom misplaced the big super umbrella. That was navy colors. Shake it out.
Now
Shake.
you get.
Open it and shake it out over there first. I tried pinning it. Oh, it's pinned. Okay. So maybe I'm just reading a little late. Okay. So, do I get to play Mary Poppins there, Spawn Trooper? You should know. My pretty enough.
I don't think.
Well, that's not good.
It kind of looks like blue, not black.
Charger bank.
Dad, that kind of looks like blue.
I don't like a short cord. Or should I say a short leash on the phone? Just a moment. There we go. So.
Now the only one stuck in the rain is me.
Although, I'd rather my daughter be in the rain run, What kind of father am I? Yeah, the sun's out. Here, you hold it, Ursula. Protect yourself.
Thank you.
Because that's what kind of father I am.
Ruby's underneath you, so she's protected.
In spite of what lies have been spread.
Ooh, I'm getting a little red.
Okay. Yes, I have COPD. I smoke cigarettes. I'm a stubborn old vet. And if you don't have some enjoyment in life, what's life worth? Well, yeah, this is as far as my arm reaches. And it's literally right there. And just past my kneecap. Okay? I'm not going to do that to people. I almost said sorry.
You will show your ugly kneecaps to people.
Ha ha ha. Okay. That was Navy. There aren't a lot of Navy boys work Area 51. Not unless you're a pilot, and I definitely wasn't that. I was a nothing. I'd have one of those faces. Literally, when I was a kid, I looked like. If I would have worn glasses when I was a kid, I would have looked almost exactly like the boy with the Red Ryder BB gun, the Christmas Story, Christmas Tale, the infamous stocking leg lamp, and you'll shoot your eye out, kid. I looked quite a lot like him, and I was basically around the same age.
So he would be 50? If he is alive, he would be 50?
Please bear with me a moment, people. Okay, I gotta turn the fan on, so if it gets noisy, I'm sorry. My phone's been so hot. I don't want to kill it again. U.S. Army was my wife. But I'll mute for a second here, folks. And I'll spin it around so you can see where my home was up until a couple hours ago. Okay, I'm back. I just need to say something to my daughter that I wanted to keep private. Just basically I have my daughter calling the wife and letting her know of that blessing that came in. Thank you. Yes, my mic was muted, like I said, because I needed to. You never waste a space, you're just as God intended. Hopefully. You might have to make some, you just gotta let him make the intentions, let him mold you. Right now. Alright. And my phone's on mute now. Hey. Okay, at least my memory. My brick is helping out. Sun's shining on it, charging. We can charge it up too. Because it's solar powered. Well, has access to solar power. There's a little solar panel on a memory bank. Yeah. This was another thing I was able to get blessed with. And it's helpful. But right now the only cord I was able to salvage that I know works the best with it is a very short leash. Hey, too awesome. Good to see you. I'm not sure what kind of smoke you're referencing.
I bet you meant.
If you're talking about cigarette, any fires or anything, no, we're dealing with these clouds have a lot of moisture hidden within. Just a little mist, a little wind. So for those coming in, yeah, my home is gone. Now, probably take a lot of finagling to try to get it out from where it is, and try to do it within the legal time frames required.
Oh, the one that's trying to take off the pics.
But I know that I have at least 30 days to get my personal belongings out of it. Minimum, 30 days. That is state law. That's been the state law since the 1900s. Excuse me. Since what was that? '97 when I was a repo driver. I drove repo here in Texas, so I definitely know what the laws are. So, and I've even recently checked, and yeah, the fact that we're physically in our RV, because well, for two reasons. One, we physically live in our RV, so therefore it can't be towed under Texas state law, even for in purposes of repo, which is the way it's written. But also, they cannot physically tow a vehicle with someone inside of it, which is why we were demanded out at the threat of arrest and CPS and animal protection. Or the SPCA, or what, yeah, equivalent, the government equivalent of the SPCA. Yeah, I'm here in Texas, so too awesome. Here in Austin, Texas, the state capital of the state I grew up in. And I'm ashamed. I'm so ashamed. But then again, it's not surprising because one of the main instigators behind it, and I think behind the CPS and everything we've gone through in the last almost 2 years, well, yeah, the last almost 2 years now, really started with one city worker named Sonia, who works for Austin Parks and Rec in the permitting department. Public record, she's a public employee, and I've researched that myself. And then we started with some initial harassment with a couple of officers that I reported one of the officers for policy violations to Austin Police Department. Then the next thing you know, between those two people, the next thing you know, we've got CPS down our throat, and our daughter's stolen based on a lie. After my daughter was handcuffed for over an hour.
I bet the same cop that handcuffed was
No,
there.
no, Officer Hughes was not here today. I did not see Officer Hughes, which is the one that attacked my daughter in April of last year.
The female didn't stand up for me. She actually helped him.
No, she had gloves on. She was ready to go hands on with me. Everybody saw that. And yeah, can you say they don't like the lawsuit and how the lawsuit's going? But you know, you gotta wait. It's a problem. But anybody new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, yada yada. Don't forget the social. So some people say, don't forget the socials. Yeah. And I'm not saying don't donate through YouTube if that's how you want to, do anything. Just know that YouTube takes a cut, and that's just more to help me know that my channel means something. So. And it's currently 15:40 local time. And to answer your the question that was sent to me privately, but I'll answer it publicly. It was just towed today. Just a matter of 4 hours ago or so, give or take. I accidentally did a private live, which I didn't turn around and make it public. As soon as YouTube's done processing it, it'll be public. And I found that apparently YouTube is now editing, their AI is now editing parts of videos, it seems. Not sure what you mean by supplies or what you're referencing, Cynthia. Please clarify. I mean, as far as immediate needs other than shelter, like I said, we've got some people we're waiting on to come pick us up that are helping us, at least with a couple of days, hopefully with that. But as far as drinks, groceries, because, well, now we don't need to worry about putting gas in a generator. I mean, yeah, we could put gas in the generator, but that'd be an awfully big generator just to basically, well, charge up a couple of phones, boost up a couple of phones and a battery for the fan. That's currently blowing, keeping me in the phone cool, or cooler. And yeah, I can plug in the refrigerator, but yeah, there's not really too much in it that you need to worry about. Just cheap cheese and it was a cold coffee, but that cold coffee is old, so you know what? I'm outside. Ursula, get it for me. I'm outside. I'm gonna see. It should still be cold. It hasn't been that long. It's been shut, so find out if it's spoiled or not. Yeah. Stick your head. Of course it is. So.
Oh, that smell is that can.
Yeah. So let's see, because this was during the adjustment of the trailer to make it, to be able to get everything we could in there. It sat in there a while, and yeah, bugs, critters, you name it. So it might be spoiled,
Or might be just the top of the can.
or it could just be
Okay, a white
bugs,
truck with headlights.
that's daylight running. Okay, let's see. Parks and Rec. Okay. And you'll get to see this live tasting. Normally I like this, so if it's not spoiled, I'll know real quick. Surprisingly, it's not spoiled. So.
Just in case.
That's weird. That truck has a city symbol on it, but what got out of the passenger seat did not look like a city worker. I don't know. Oh, well, let's put it this way. That fundraiser didn't get any money, so I mean, it's still sitting at zero. And so nothing got done to my mobility scooter. My mobility scooter is physically in the trailer, which was towed with the RV. They took it. I don't even have that now. So. I don't even have that. Do you think everybody that has shown up continues to show up or pull a flyby in and out? It's appreciated.
I know, I did want something cold today.
Here, Ursula, have a drink. Yeah, it's still cool enough. Yeah, my 14-year-old just had, that's such a joint. Yeah, my 14-year-old just had some cool coffee. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Watershed protection. Okay. We're fine. We're waiting on somebody. We need our home back. No,
Today.
4 hours ago. Yeah, she's just right. Ruby, stop. Enough.
She just wants to lick you.
She likes to say hi to people, but
I just saw that y'all.
they said it was abandoned, but we were physically in it, so it's not abandoned.
Did they like tow it? I'm guessing.
Towed it to what was that? 1111 Bastrop.
Would anyone from outreach? Are y'all connected to anyone?
We're not connected with them because one, it was only the city's homeless outreach that ever showed up. For two, the only offers they were offering was to put us in a shelter, not an alternate place to park our home, and our belongings, which we're full-time RVers. We're not homeless by any definition.
But it wasn't movable. Is that the
It was movable, but where to? Because they've brought out a bogus law that's arbitrary enforcement. That truck you're driving right now, that's an F-250, right? Oh, it's a 150. Oh, so luckily that one just barely skims in the guidelines. They tried to pull the 9,000-pound law on us.
Well, do you want me to holler outreach?
No, we have someone coming, but it is a business day, in the middle of a business day, and the city, county, and state are still under state of emergency. Who does that to people? Except for Sonia with Parks and Rec. This has all been one of her personal vendettas of her, because this is her park, according to her. And Officer Rougeau. The last 6 negative interactions in the last 2 years. The last 6 of them. Rougeau was present for. And was the primary reason. And Red Wasp.
Okay, well, I'm happy to try to connect it. It sounds like somebody's going to go pick that up.
Yeah. But in the meantime, we're at the whims of God.
Yeah, I think it's about 6 hours.
It rained a little bit earlier. That's why the umbrella, my daughter has the umbrella right now.
Okay, well, you'll probably see me because I'm on the watershed property, so I'm guessing y'all won't.
Yeah, the watershed property, which is Fed land, isn't it?
It's city land.
That's city land as well? Because this is city land. The camping laws only apply to, unless you're basically trespassed. You have to be trespassed from city property, which means you have to violate a law in order for the camping law to go into effect. The camping is a secondary to the trespass, without without authority or permission. This is a public area, public space, public green space. Not a public park. That's on the other side of the creek. So therefore, their whole 10 to 5 hour restrictions don't apply. Plus, that's not even posted. That's not even applied to the park across the creek, because it's not even posted on the city's website. That, and you can't block off a neighborhood and watershed, as you said, this is more watershed, because people still live here. So you're telling me they live inside the park?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that
The three remaining holdouts?
yeah, their properties are privately owned versus like ours.
Yeah, this was all bought up with FEMA money.
Yeah, city money.
No, FEMA and city combined, but mostly FEMA. Federal funds bought this land. And as a veteran, I have the right to use it. But I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just
Oh yeah,
I'm just frustrated at the situation.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
And we've been enjoying the trees and stuff. We've been enjoying the blooming. I know the names of them. I've looked it up because those were planted by the original homeowner that had this property. Yeah, the crepe myrtles. They actually, because if you look back, if you go through the Google Maps and the history, you can see the small little plants in front of the home.
yeah.
You can also see a big limo bus, the party bus that they had parked
It's pretty well
parked
back,
right here on the street, right next to that manhole cover that's missing a cover.
Okay, y'all will try to stay dry.
I know because I researched all
Yeah.
In fact, there used to be a Pokemon stop thing here for that because of or it occasionally reappears for the Austin limo business out of the zone. All right, yeah, because my wife comes back, she's real short fused right now because of the whole situation.
Okay, well, I'll see you guys.
Because they took all my medical equipment.
We did? Well,
I'm a veteran with disabilities. I'm not a disabled vet under what's required for free toll tag, free tolls. But I'm a veteran with disabilities
And so
and have even a disability placard. My mobility scooter was on board because first they came through, get everything off the sidewalk, which means you put it inside your RV. But they were going to tow your RV and take it all. Basically making it easier to try and steal our stuff. Because they were jealous that we that looked to them or they're assumed as homeless, we're mobile ministry, RV ministry. I'm an ordained minister. They took my church and my home in violation of the Article 6 of the Texas Constitution under bogus pretenses. I know I'm preaching to the choir, kind of to the choir, but I just letting you be, and I'm also live on YouTube right now. I'm just making sure that you have a better picture of what it was and what's been going on. All right, have a blessed day. Okay. Who took it all? Austin Police Department had it towed, saying that it was abandoned, to impound. They didn't check the boxes for crimes or anything like that. I've now 3 or 4 different times, well, basically within the videos I've done today, you will see where I've actually I show Officer Rougeau, who signed the tow receipt, and it says reason for tow, abandoned. It has boxes of which category to put it in, such as, for investigation, for crime or whatever, containment, yeah, that kind of stuff. It has check boxes, and no, they didn't check any of those boxes, and yeah, just that it was abandoned because they put an orange sticker on it. The orange sticker, which is also on the video I uploaded from YouTube, the 2 stickers they put on it, on stuff, which were no longer on it, proving that it wasn't abandoned. Because I removed them on Monday after the very first rain downpour, and they basically just wiped off with my hand. But yeah, Rougeau took pride in putting one of them over top of the cross on the Christian flag in the window of the RV. Don't take my word for it. watch the videos. So now we're just doing our best. My wife had already reached out to some people when they started threatening this nonsense. And I probably could have moved my RV, but because it was old and it was given to us with already messed up wiring for the tail lights, I had trouble with the tail lights to the trailer. I will admit that there was some issues to where it wouldn't have been that hard. I could have driven 500 feet and then they would have pulled me over and traffic stops don't have as many protections as home. A moving vehicle that's readily movable does not have as many protections. They seized my home under the definitions. Hello, Nana.
Anna?
Nana recipe, yeah.
Oh, biker again?
Put someone in the chat. I do thank my mods, my friends who are mods, who help each other out on each other's channels. And if you want some other nitty gritty dirtiness of other stuff going off in other places and the receipts for those things, you can follow Spawn Trooper on his channel. I'll give the shout out. I mean, yeah. I mean, what can I say or do? Can't do much. Can't say much other than repeating the same thing over and over. And if you notice, the cooler coffee does help a little bit with my breathing. Set that over there with the garbage. Sorry, didn't save you any more sips.
Okay. It's fine. I just need that.
So that's what be going on. I have no scooter. I have no rollator, even what was left of that. Also was in the trailer behind, you know. And that trailer wasn't the greatest to begin with, so yeah. If that record driver doesn't take it slow, because he left the trailer hitched to the RV. So I hope he had his doubles endorsement. If he takes something too wide, too fast, everything, including my mobility scooter, will end up on the roadway.
Everything?
Everything inside that trailer will end up on the roadway.
Because it's not locked.
No, the sidewalls aren't very well attached to the floor. And the roof was already coming in.
So, splat like that. Well, I took the map and it shows that Mama's still up there, so. But she's in the parking lot, it shows Mama's in the parking lot. Like she's writing, take a break.
So,
They're calling emergency plan.
I can, but that requires a lawyer. And yeah, I've got a case number, but them towing it for abandonment, that in itself is a separate incident from the other citations. So literally, it's a civil suit. It's literally a civil rights lawsuit. And that requires a civil rights attorney. Which I know both the two two of the best ones in the state of Texas, currently have their plates full. So I will say this live, if they're, and our other attorneys, well, I'll put it this way, communication has been, at least to me, has been very lacking. I don't know if behind, if after talking to my wife they're doing something or going to work on something to try to do anything. But as far as me, I don't even have, I will be honest, it's technically, in a way, hearsay about what I'm hearing about our current lawsuit from last year's garbage. Because I don't even have the docket number. Sorry. I'm more like a Gandalf. I'm way before Harry Potter. Give me Tolkien, Lord of the Rings, C.S. Lewis.
What was Harry Potter
The movies were made, well, before you were born now. But I am, before the movies, I believe I'm even older than the book. So, Spawn Trooper would know. I probably Spawn Trooper, but well, no, I know Spawn Trooper's not older than Chronicles of Narnia, but
How old is Spawn Trooper? Like in his 60s, 80s?
well, on a good day, I can look like Santa Claus. So. I didn't say that old. I was joking. Yeah, it was almost Spawn that. Yeah, it was almost Spawn instead of what's his name that couldn't quite hold on to the wooden door.
You're just joking. I didn't throw another name.
Trying to have a little bit of humor. They're coming to take me away, haha. They're coming to take me away, hee hee, ho ho. What a funny part. Mm-hmm. At some point they'll probably try that. Because, oh, I'm aggressive, I'm standing on my rights, but, yeah. And trust me, I could have done if I was suicidal. The method was available to me to have suicide by cop. But I wasn't. If I really wanted to push the fence of my home, I still have it. And they even confiscated it for a few. Then set it in the grass and, oh, we'll give it back to you at the end of everything. Dude, it was sitting there close to me to begin with and you didn't care, didn't notice.
What? What? Oh. To protect yourself and to protect your body.
And as the saying goes, there was one in the chamber. Or should I say there was one on the draw. Hello. We got that correct. Goopers? Goopers with alley-oopers? And that one calling me Dumbledore or Hagrid and stuff was the only name I get in there is Mary. So If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I apologize, but it's a live stream. Well, this one seems to be doing way better than the actual incident. If anything is helping me talk, de-stress a little, especially thanks to the help. If you can help, if you're listening, Venmo at KD7LTN. Lima Tango November. It is my Venmo. There are other links. If you want to go see, at the end of this or whatever, when going to go look at my other videos, go into the info about me, get more. You'll see other links you'll see the link to the Venmo, as well as other links to other channels I do. Also, if you scroll down a little bit, I believe, when you're out on the main page, you'll find even my buddy Spawn Trooper and some other people I enjoy hanging out with on their live streams, and or very informative channels. There's a select few. Then again, I'm not big enough to have a really big list either, so it is what it ain't. I'll try to have my face above the chat. You know where some people prefer to be. Your parental warning wore off the moment you became a parent. Fun.
Parental warning?
Don't worry about it, Earthy. But any questions? My wife has had most of the plans going on in the background while did she become a pounder as well? Prayers are always welcome, Cynthia. That's why yesterday in the worst of the storm, the worst part of the storm session going through here, I sent out to a lot of people in my contacts to pray for me and my family. To get it out of impound, well, that's the funny thing about the way Texas is set up. And even here in Austin, I mean, there are fees, whether it's contested, considered a contested tow or non-contested. Technically, it would be considered a contested tow because it wasn't truly abandoned. There's a tow fee, which is close to around $500. Basically the hookup fee. Plus the mileage to their yard. Plus, I think the city gets a cut of, because I was just looking this up last night, actually. This is how I know these numbers a little bit. I looked it up not because they didn't tell me anything. They didn't give me any numbers in person. The city gets a cut of about $25 administrative fee or whatever. And then they can charge like up to for a contested tow $38.99 a day for storage. And that clock starts now, as soon as they get it there. It don't start after 24 hours. The second it's on the lot, that's a 1-day storage fee. Even if it's only been there 5 seconds, it's a 1-day storage fee. And I know this from when I worked repo. I didn't work repo for long, only a couple months. I quit because I wasn't getting paid what the agreement was. No. Now these people have always been cool. And just because they're going to drive by, I'm going to share their name. Blast their name on them. Dragon Dent. It's the name, business name. So that's still his business. Shout out to them. Sharon Austin. Oh. Yes, we were the state, city, and county have all issued alerts till Friday that don't end until Friday, till tomorrow. And the reason on the tow receipt was for abandoned. But it's not abandoned if we're physically in it. And the stickers were removed within 24 hours of them placing them. Literally the very next morning in the rain, the storm had gotten so bad, but you know, there was enough rain Monday morning. I mean, heck, yeah, it downpoured enough that I just basically rubbing with my hands, the stickers came off. Normally they leave a residue.
My mom gets us a cold drink for each of us, all of us. It's nice to see.
How do you know? She called you?
No, I said hopefully.
Oh, she will.
Hopefully.
She will.
It's all about for us. Hopefully.
But
You want me to call her?
yeah, the best, fastest way is Venmo. Thanks to the one person who's helped via Venmo so far. I've already transferred it to the joint bank account so the wife had access to it right away to get some more immediate necessities. Because she was basically out holding scripture, hoping for donations. Or some people call it flying sign. But our signs are always scripture, always ministry. No. Straight up freedom of religion. The ministry name was on the sides of the RV. Servant Spirit Ministries. Granted, the phone number was out of date. But because, yeah. Even if it's $1 or $2, Cynthia, it doesn't matter. You know, I think the minimum transaction with them was $1. I've never, I mean, yeah, it would have always been nice to be a rich man, but I've never been a rich man. And I never asked for much. Maybe that's part of my problem. I should ask for more. But, and be as evil and greedy and conniving as other people. Maybe I'll have better luck and get left alone. But I can honestly say this is very obvious religious persecution disguised as a camping ban. There's no camping ban. And one, all of our stuff was right here on the sidewalk, which is public access, without blocking the sidewalk, mind you. We never blocked the sidewalk. We never blocked ingress and egress through the area, even though there are not, the sidewalk doesn't continue on it. Well, in that direction,
It stopped.
once you get to where you see that light pole is on this side of the street, where the curve, on that curve, on this side that I'm on, the sidewalk ends. And in this direction, sidewalk ends over there, and what's more, it's not even wheelchair access to the trails. It's not even truly a trail. It's more of a gutter gully system. You know, where it opening in the curbing and a dip that allows water flow to the nearest, downhill for the nearest drain. Because there used to be a roadway. The roadway did connect all the way through. No, different car, has a Chevy.
Yeah, is it the man? Yeah.
No, that's not the person, that individual. Which, for those that are late to the game, well, Venmo also kind of works through PayPal. I think there's a way to do it. If you type in the link and you already have a PayPal account, I think you can cross transfer, because Venmo's owned by PayPal now, and but it's not fully. But if you already set up a Venmo and PayPal separately, you cannot merge the two. Yeah. And fortunately, yeah, stuff falls in the gutters. But for sitting in, I'll be honest, sitting in this spot we've basically been parked in this spot for a year as a ministering here from this exact location for a year. In fact, this is where we were parked when I went to the hospital just before Christmas.
Yep.
That's fine, Ammo. Have your hubby drop in too, if he wants to at least see the evidence of be a witness to the crime. A crime committed by people wearing blue uniforms. Because unfortunately, county are the ones that wear the browns in this country.
It looks like she's getting close to living season.
Do you catch my references?
Not because she's getting close to living season for leaving the hospital.
Ursula, I told you it's never that accurate. Close sometimes, but never 100%. That ought to. Anything you do through YouTube gets, if you're talking, okay, YouTube takes a 30% cut of anything that's done on YouTube. So if you donate through the stream, during someone's live stream, or Jules, anything that basically and then you have to wait till you have earned at least $100 in the U.S. and then it pays out 15. At the end of every month, they check to see if you've earned $100, at least a minimum of $100. If you have, around the 15th, middle of the month, they send you the money. That's YouTube. Venmo. The @KD7LTN is, I'm an individual. Now, if I did the under my ministry, since my ministry is not registered as a nonprofit to be tax exempt, the ministry side would take out state tax, take out taxes. The personal side does not take anything from during the transaction really until I go to transfer to my bank account to use. Then and then it's very small.
I need to go to the bathroom. Can I go up there?
There you go. You should be fine. Just don't talk to anybody.
Do you want me to take my purse with me? Or no? My purse has my phone in it.
Yes.
You also want me to take this? The umbrella too?
You should be fine. You can fold the umbrella down. Fold it down. Fold it down.
Oh, I did it by myself this time.
Yeah, Venmo is almost instantaneous. I mean, literally, someone here already has done a generous help, and I appreciate. And boy, do I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't say. Never say thank you enough. Plus, some people, especially sometimes women, don't always hear it the first time. They think they're unappreciated. Well, they're not. But yeah. I'll just say someone donated 70. My Venmo showed 75. When I transferred it to my account, it sent $73 and like 80 something cents out of the 75. So the KD7LTN isn't a site number. That's actually my username. Hola de Mexico. I'm here in Austin, Texas. I'm white and I'm being done dirty. A white Christian veteran done dirty in the state of Texas. And the upgrade I was hoping to be able to do with my scooter would have allowed me to go visit the Capitol, especially when they're in session, and advocate more, be more involved in politics, grassroots. But no, they can't have that. No, they can't have Christians turning Austin Christian. Oh, in fact, that's also something I've been. Also, another funny thing I want to bring up. For a while, I wasn't going live. I wasn't being harassed either. That's how we were able to sit here for so long. I just recently started going live again. And one of the songs I posted is Austin, Texas Needs. I can't play it from this platform because... Let me turn that off for the moment. I think it's cool enough out right now. Because that's stored with Restream, and yeah, I was trying to do lives and all this as quick and easy as possible. But I go live speaking of God. Back into doing live streams, sharing my faith-based songs. Yeah. And it's called Kicking It Around the Campfire. Doesn't mean someone's camping. Come on now. But I start doing my lives again, and then all of a sudden, boom, homeless cleanup, or encampment cleanup. Not an encampment. Oh, during the cleanup, which you're supposed to move and leave your stuff abandoned, and so they can take and steal. And since we refused, oh, you're abandoned. I'm sitting right here the whole time. It's the exact same chair, just with, at the time my back was to the RV. And I had a board across the ground because the ground is sloped for water runoff to help level out my chair so I didn't fall backwards into the gutter head first. Or as the saying goes, ass over tea kettles. But yeah, next thing you know, here comes Miss Sonia around. Here comes Rougeau around. Here comes... Nah. Yeah, there's someone always home, Cynthia. And plus, since my mobility scooter was down, I don't leave more than 10 feet from the RV. I can't. I physically really can't. Between my balance and my breathing, my COPD, yes, and I smoke for COPD, for those that want to pull that number. But because but I also have vertigo and my lymphedema. Walking 10, 20 feet is extremely difficult. Even with a walking stick, a cane, a rollator. Very difficult. I'm out of breath in 3 steps. So I never leave the RV. And when I do, when I use this scooter to go under the, to make a store run, which is fast, quicker and faster than my wife, who is legally blind, having to do it, having to walk the 3.5 mile round trip. Or no, close to a 5 mile round trip. All the way up to HEB and back. Because I could do it quicker, and she was usually the one going out, since where she would go. The majority of the time, she was the one going out to do donations, to fly, to share, to minister and pray, pray we get donations for the ministry and everything, and for survival. But there was a couple of times I went out using my scooter, but I went to a different location that was much further away. But that's why I needed the scooter, part of the reason I needed the scooter, to be more of a minister, to be able to get out and do things. An Austin Police Department, namely officer of 13 years, he's still just an officer, not a corporal, not a sergeant, not a lieutenant, nothing else. Rougeau. Yeah. First time he saw that scooter, he's been eyeballing it ever since. He's been wanting it. You see him looking at it like it's a piece of prime T-bone steak. Or in his case, maybe a piece of prime alligator gumbo. I mean, mama's gumbo, just kind of, just all into it. And I also requested, not only did I request a supervisor on scene and was refused, I requested multiple times. Oh, and they announced the phone number over the live stream. But I also asked for a Title II ADA coordinator. What's that? Disability rights coordinator. Because I was asking for some accommodation for being disabled. reasonable. They didn't have a clue. Well, yesterday's storm, according to my weather station that was on the RV, which that's taken too, and the Starlink, all of it, said about 1.4 to around 1.4, 1.5 inches of rain throughout, from midnight, Monday night to almost midnight last night. Oh, these gutters in front of me were completely full of water, were completely full of water. Flip the camera around so you can kind of see where the concrete part goes out and meets the asphalt. It was completely full enough to cover all the way up to the asphalt. And in fact, the big runoff down there that creates a dip, that was nothing but water all the way across. So there was flooding. That's part of the reason for the states of emergency, was the potential for flash flooding. And in this area, part of the reason this area is FEMA land, basically, bought with FEMA funds, federal funds. And the reason there used to be a house. See those two crepe myrtles? One of them's kind of missing all its flowers at the moment, and then you got the other one all nice and bloomy. That used to be the sidewalk. The far end was where the front door was, and on this end was where the garage was of the house. I know because I pulled up, history of street maps. And those plants were just freshly planted saplings before the flood happened. Before that major disaster happened. And this is what it looks like now. So whatever reason they planted those crepe myrtles, maybe someday them or a family member, if they were lucky enough to survive that happening, they can see that. If not, then at least those are the memorial of the family that was here, or part of the family, or whatever the case may have been. I don't know. I don't know all the history. I just have gathered bits and pieces here and there. In fact, in front of me, between that street sign down there and this street sign down here, there used to be houses on that side and that side. In fact, one house had a backyard that pretty much stretched most of the stretch in front of me. Those are all gone. So what good is an area? And now they've created a flower meadow, is what some elderly local ladies that I'm just using this as like the old Red Hat Club type of thing, an old ladies knitting club, whatever, petition, and had that turned into, there's actually signs saying, it's basically a protected meadow, flower area of meadow. They planted a bunch of different flowers, and the deer go through here. And in fact, we had a thieving raccoon constantly, don't leave bread out. Don't leave your fresh loaf of bread out outside at night, overnight. You won't have it in the morning. There was a cat. I don't know where the cat went. But that cat in the daytime disappeared. It usually disappears anyways. That kind of adopted us over here. So that cat could currently be in that trailer for all I know. And yes, my daughter did make it back safely. Everything good, Ursel? Okay.
Everything's fine. I went to the bathroom and it had a lock.
Well, I'm still doing the live thing. And my phone is being somewhat cooperative. But yeah.
I'm butt, but not as bad as you.
Well, not as bad as I was when I went out and did ministry for a few days.
Yeah.
Because of traffic rearrangement and construction. And that my wife wasn't doing so well. That's when I took the scooter. This is before I started asking for help for the batteries, because this is when I found out the batteries were just trash at that point. Was me going out and ministering and holding sign, and had some other pastors or whatever take pictures of some of the signs I held.
All I did was walk up there, went to the bathroom, and walk back.
Okay. You don't need to say too much more, because just leave it at that. I'm not a grandpa yet, but I am a father and a daddy. Well, that fundraiser didn't even take off. But supposedly, allegedly, through the there was someone who told someone and told my wife, or someone told my wife directly, and then it got brought back to me, that there was going to be someone who was going to help with those things. So I would have pulled if it did happen, I would have pulled the fundraiser down. It would have helped on this side of it for donation and or ordering directly for the seat and batteries and stuff. But
I think she's taking a break over there.
and now, basically, for those that do know that link, all I can say is I didn't want it to come out this way, and that's why I didn't put a higher amount, because I didn't want it to be equal to the cost of the because they do. After I bought that scooter, they did come out with a scooter that can't climb the hill, but is more transportable in the back of cars, in the trunks and stuff. It folds down, that can handle my weight. But that's like $2,000, $2,500, cheaper than what I paid for my, for that heavy duty, that heavy duty scooter I had. It's still heavy duty, but more transportable. So unless and until I get the Baja back, the Wrangler 2 back, the Venmo thing is almost instantaneous, Cynthia. I get notifications, and yeah, literally the moment, and once it's in Venmo, I can really transfer it over pretty easy. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I muted the stream, so that way I could have a private conversation with my wife if she called in. Use someone else's phone, because her display wants to work when it wants to work. So she can't make outgoing calls from her phone. She can receive incoming because she has the Bluetooth headsets. From when Oh, that music that was playing was probably. Oh yeah, because I did set up a little pause break screen, I think, on for the YouTube studio stuff settings before,
So
in
you
case I ever did end up doing live like this. So, uh, see if I can catch up on the chat a little bit.
like when we had the RV and you had to take a bathroom break or a smoke break.
So, and got some not so great news. Apparently, the ones that were going to help us, that I've just been talking about, have decided to ghost us now. Again, it's not quite 5 o'clock, but yeah. And there was another part of the plan that was supposed to happen, and to make sure the daughter and dog went to somewhere safe temporarily. Acid rain. There was an RV there. I was home. We were home. All of us were home when they showed up and towed it, saying it was abandoned.
Well, technically, Mom was doing water, but yeah.
So right now we're in limbo.
What does that mean? Houseless? Homeless?
We're full-time RVers, aka nomads. We're even members of an RV club for full-time RVers and part-timers, and the weekend, some are weekenders, are all part, both young and old, escapees and escapers. The escapers are the ones that are just escaping the humdrum of city life. Out of breath and cigarettes out of flame. So, one of their excuses was state camping law, which involves basically if you're camping on someone's private property without permission. It's 75% of the law. It just happened today, about 5 hours ago. So,
In the hotel room, we can relax.
literally, I tried to go live. Apparently, I was live, but private. So, and then I'll admit, I was getting depressed over the fact that nobody saw me live. Other than like one or two people, it might have been just one, that of the people that I had shared the link to personally through Facebook and X, through the messengers and stuff. So then I realized when I went back in to try to adjust the title and description to see if I could, which I'm still trying to figure that part out. So much easier using Restream, I tell you. If only Restream had an app to work from, an Android app to work from, instead of having to go through the browser on a cell phone, it'd make things a lot easier. But yeah, we were physically in the RV, demanded to get out, grab what we can, or that we want to keep and get out. But mind you, my wife is disabled, legally blind. The only thing we have to transport anything that was out was the wagon she was using, that she uses for the gas cans for our generator, and getting donations, or to go up the hill to do that, or to take the garbage to a dumpster, or to go get water and fill up water bottles for water. Okay. My mobility scooter, which needed new batteries and a new seat, because of an encampment, sidewalk cleanup that was actually an encampment cleanup, I had to put the mobility scooter, luckily, under its own power because batteries at least hold that much energy. Got it up into the trailer. Well, we clean up the things off the ground so they don't get taken during the cleanup, and at the same time, even though I'm here during the cleanup when you're supposed to leave the area because they don't want their employees filmed that do the cleanup, they even wear masks or at least donned face coverings to keep from having their faces known. Austin Recovery Systems or whatever the name of the company is.
Don't forget to ask
We got tagged by Officer Rougeau, although the other officer I interacted with was Garvey, because Rougeau, the Raging Cajun, as mentioned in previous videos, was present. Was also present today for the tow and even signed the tow receipt that they gave to my wife. They didn't want to hand it to me, they gave it to my wife. The case number they wrote on a piece of notepad paper they gave to my wife, not to me. And I shared that earlier, I believe during this live. I had a couple of, but first I had a live today that shows the tow was private. I made it public, but of course YouTube processing, whatever. Then I tried a second one. The app and stuff kicked me out, and no signal because my phone got too hot. And then now I'm here trying to do a third. The thing is, we're already, according to my wife, we already have lawyers, which is why I kept saying pending, because they weren't contacting me directly because it was filed in my wife's name for what happened last year when they kidnapped my daughter for 2 months. And all the nonsense around that. Which also involves some of the same people. Okay, I need to breathe. It's getting
a little too hot over there for you.
getting what's called humidities out here. And surprisingly my body cam is still recording. I'll stop it recording for now.
I'm going to get very, very comfortable in my seat.
Cut it off for a moment.
I'm getting...
You're fine, Ursula.
I'm going to get very comfortable in my seat since I have to wait here a while.
You're fine, Ursula. But, yeah. And they claim that their authority to tow was under the camping law. But here's the thing. If that was the case, then why they put the reason was abandoned, and abandonment is not people physically living in it. And the only reason we were not in it in order for them to tow was because we were unlawfully forced out under threat of arrest.
I can't do that.
And I even started standing in the front of the front bumper while the tow rig was backing up. One, leaning against the bumper because
yeah, for you and your demon.
of my inabilities. Set it down, Ursula. Make sure not across her leash. And two, I used to work repo. I used to be a commercial truck driver. I know exactly how much room he needed for the drop arm and everything else. Because his drop arm was still up. I ain't dumb for telling me to move for my safety when I know more about measurements and what's what's needed than they do. But no, I literally got them threatened to arrest me if I didn't move to allow the tow.
Which is easy.
Instead of
Libby, come here. Get over here.
Stand your ground, protect your home. And I kept telling him it was a home. Where's the warrant
There you go.
for seizure?
You can sit there.
We don't need a warrant. The words of Officer Almeida. Well, where's the alternate place to park? Outside city limits. because they never once offered us an alternate place to park. The services were all about forcing us into a motel room or a shelter, which there aren't really any family shelters, so we would be split up, splitting our family apart. And remind you, we're also a RV ministry. I am an ordained Christian minister. Yes, I curse. Basically, technically, even Christ curse. You know what our modern definition of cursing is. Now, any car that looks like the city employee for Parks and Rec, which this isn't technically part of the so-called park that she's referencing. One, I'll pull it up and zoom in. This, or down there, starting down there, Onion Creek Greenbelt, and that curfew does not apply, and it is not even legal. Okay.
Right.
And then way behind me is part of the Greenbelt. But in that direction, you can barely see through the trees. That is somebody's home. These are all FEMA lands.
I do see someone's house. I think it's a house.
Actually, that is something that I'm having to ask for now. My Venmo link, yeah, someone helped, which helps with at least food and drink for the moment. But apparently, since other people are starting to ghost us now, need help with, so you can see my face, you can see sincerity in my face, see if I'm telling the truth or lying. Want to raise, basically need to raise funds for an Uber. And what would accompany that? Or at least to help implement some of the plans with at least an Uber to get us somewhere, because I don't have my mobility scooter. My mobility scooter needed new batteries, so I can't travel more than 10, 20 feet from where I am without it taking months to get to my destination and falling down in the process. They stole medical equipment, and it was not abandoned, and they called it color of law. I asked for a supervisor. They refused to bring one on scene. I asked for a sergeant. Oh, our sergeant's getting ready to go into a meeting, but announced his number over the video. I asked for their Title II ADA coordinator. What's that? Disability rights coordinator. I am a veteran with disabilities from the Navy. My wife is a veteran with disabilities from the Army. She receives an SSI check, which is our only income, and which went to paying bills, including the Starlink that's now stolen. I don't receive an SSI check because the VA, where I get my health care from, messed up my records to where when I was fighting for SSI, I couldn't get it. SSDI and SSI, I couldn't get it. And now I can't find, now I'm having trouble trying to find an attorney that would help me, pro bono or on contingency. Yeah. My Venmo link is pinned in the comments. And if anyone is questioning, it's an L, not an I. KD7LTN. So that's what it be. I mentioned even their eye care policy. Austin Police Department has a policy called eye care, which means they're supposed to conduct themselves and comport themselves appropriately. So this is how they treat white Christian American veterans. Oh, I forgot to re-mention for the newer people that when they place the 48-hour tow tags for abandoned vehicle on my RV, which none of it applies because we're not on a major roadway or anything like that, that I was able to remove during the very first rain when the storms that were for the state of emergency started. During a break in the rains, I removed them by hand, just kind of wiped off because they were wet. Rougeau put the one that was on the main RV side, not on the trailer side, over top. If you're familiar with the Christian flag, and the top, basically in the field where you got the, like the American flag, where you have the blue field and white stars for the American flag, and then red and white stripes. Well, it's a solid white where the red and white stripes are. You got the blue field and then the red cross in the middle of the blue field. He made sure to cover up 75% of the cross as high as he could reach with the abandoned sticker tag. After walking around the curb side of the vehicle, which is where he previously had put a sticker, and when we were parked somewhere else. Actually, 47 hours, they put a 48-hour abandoned tow tag, 47 hours before a court date to fight for my daughter. A lot of appearance of collusion and impropriety.
Right now we're sitting in the sun.
Shout out to CJ Grissom and I believe it's Brandon Gable, early established civil rights attorneys. If you want to help me with this, and you have the time, because I know you're busy with many other things, or any other civil rights attorney in the state of Texas, practicing in the state of Texas, please reach out to me. There's an email in my contact. Or you can send it to REVERICWMiller MILLER at servantspirit.net. Like I said, we're a ministry. Our vehicles, the ministry name was displayed on the RV. I had a digital sign I kept in the front window of because it was an older Class C with that window up top of, where that loft area is. I had a digital sign up there that mentioned the ministry name and where I would place scripture quotes. Sometimes, especially when we were parked somewhere else, and I also had the sign on a similar digital sign on the back of the trailer as well. Back of the RV, and then on the back of the trailer when we got the trailer. I also, post little fun, put little fun things on it for holidays or severe weather. If I knew flooding was coming in based upon the National Weather Service, I'd switch it to like the fish swimming, something fun. Or if there were a lot of people or animals nearby, I'd put, on the sign where they had like deer crossing across the sign or something. Whatever. Silly stuff.
You had fun with it.
But
you had Christmas.
we still got to implement at least the part of the plan that keeps my daughter from being taken. We still, and still need an Uber to do that because the person that was supposed to help with that is currently too occupied to help.
I mean, the other two people but
No.
I need somewhere to go.
No, we know where you can go temporarily
But
until other arrangements can be made. We already discussed it. Just keep private things private, like that. I'm not asking for much. Share, like, share, subscribe the video. And if you can do $1, because I think that's the minimum, please do $1. Something is always better than nothing. I'd say donate a penny, or pence for those overseas, but I don't think they allow that small, and they don't make pennies here in the United States anymore. They're still in circulation, but they don't. It costs more to make them than it does than their value.
Didn't you say it cost like 50, 60 pennies to...
No, but yeah. Hey, if you could just share or email my stuff to like the civil rights lawyer, or to the people I mentioned, Grisham and Grable, clearly established. You know, because I know they both practice here in the state of Texas. And I know Mr. Grisham helped someone else with the same last name in a somewhat neighboring city. Somewhat neighboring area.
What was the...
But last year when things were going down, his focus was he was here at the Capitol for other things, and he wasn't focusing as much on civil rights at the time. He was focusing more on Second Amendment.
When was the penny made? That might be again.
Pennies have been made since they established the mint, Ursula. At least. I don't know, I don't have the history right up in front of me. We'll look that up later when we'll get settled, and I'll see if I can pull up the history of the penny for you, okay?
Maybe you could do it on...
So helping out any way you can is great. Let's see, where's that? Oop. Supposedly there was some way to... Oh, okay, that's what that must be. Alright. Supposedly there was some way to have a link. I tried to make this one where I could have somebody come on and co-host with me, I guess, but according to YouTube, it looked like it might have had that feature available, but didn't give me a link to share. Or because I'm in dark mode, didn't show it very well.
Maybe.
Folks, don't forget to say do the socials. If you want to help, the quickest, fastest way and more immediate way to help is through Venmo. Link's pinned at the top of chat or bottom of chat. Yeah, however. The link is pinned in chat. I don't know if you may or may not have to put the @ symbol in front of my name or not. Venmo's funny. But, even if it's $1. Because I was in my home and they called it abandoned. Sweet dreams, Spawn.
Wait, he's going
Thank
to
you for
bed?
stopping in.
He's going to
Yes,
bed?
Ursel. He's like 6 hours ahead. Or 5 hours. I forget.
What-
Between daylight savings
is
time.
it?
It's late. But
Like,
thanks for your
four.
help, Spawn. It's appreciated. Even our gazebo. It was a $400 gazebo that was bought for us. Was in that trailer.
There's no shelter at all.
But then that would be more like tent camping. And that's why we didn't put it back up after we were, because we had it up at previous location. And Rougeau had a fit over it.
That was good.
But their whole evidence for court to qualify under the camping law, which was cooking, which is one of the things was cooking outdoors, was a grill that I was bought, a little tabletop charcoal grill that I was bought for Father's Day around that time, shortly before that. And I was out and checking it out. I hadn't ever had anything cooked on it yet, and a small investigation would have found that, figured that out. Oh, there's some lightning. Lightning east of us. That was probably closer to the Coda track. Circuit of the Americas.
Well, I didn't hear a boom. Or is that only thunder?
No, you get the lightning, then you get the thunder. The longer it takes to hear the thunder, the further away it is.
I think that's the thunder.
Yep, there's the thunder from it.
So if it takes a couple of seconds or minutes.
Or that one could have been so far off that we didn't hear the thunder, and that thunder could have been from a different direction. Because the sound of sound of that thunder came from a different direction.
That sound, if it came from in front of us.
I hate doing this. I hate being live for this reason. I hate having to ask anybody for anything. But I'm pissed. They frickin' took my home.
I mean, I really would just say.
So now I've got to figure out what to do. Short and long. It's already fun trying to figure out short and long term of things to do. Because of the lawsuit and everything else. And daily survival. And trying to minister.
I mean, if CBS could take me and the
Welcome back in, Ammo.
Is my dad on the way home?
I don't know, you have better luck of seeing it than me. But because we've been ghosted, the people that... And that frustrates me more than anything. If you're never gonna help, don't say you're gonna help someone and then never help. Don't say you're gonna offer your brother a fish and then give him a stone. Or nothing at all. I just can't believe people think it's okay. I mean, backs in a mat. Sheesh. Tells you how well I've been sleeping over this mess.
Huh?
I look like a freaking raccoon.
Very kind of do. Very butt raccoon.
Tells you how well I've been sleeping over this mess.
You look like a very butt raccoon.
Been driving by every hour. when I was in the middle of sleeping yesterday morning, even before the 48-hour notice was up, getting on their loudspeakers, they drove by,
Please move.
screaming
or
to
we'll
move.
slow.
Yeah. Please move. The wrecker's on its way. Shows up 26, 27 hours later. It's on its way. Makes you almost wonder how far away they towed our stuff. Hopefully all of our stuff made it to the impound.
Hopefully everything that was in
And
my
they do
car.
this during a known city, county, statewide state of emergency for weather. To 2 disabled veterans with a child.
And a kid.
Oh wait,
And kid.
we'll protect the child and put them in CPS. Oh, you mean kidnap my daughter again? I know, I'm talking in circles at this point. Keep saying the same stuff over and over in different ways. But I don't know what to do.
You really want this needs some money to that?
I pray. We prayed as a family yesterday. And we continue to pray all the time.
And it protected us for 24 hours.
And if my RV would have started, I might have attempted, but oh no, it's too late now. You couldn't see me hobbling with my walking stick, because I can't walk very well. Did they offer to actually lift a finger and do anything to assist in a good way? No.
Which is like, tell us sit and get away with it.
It's starting to rain again. I can feel some drops hit my back.
Maybe you gotta get under Daddy's stairs.
Well, I don't have to worry about getting sunburned. But alright, we're at 2 hours.
Come on, Ruby.
Like, subscribe, share.
Under Daddy's seat. We're going to get wet.
If you want to help, please go to Venmo and help. That's gonna be the fastest way to actually help in the moment. Help now. Share my story, share my videos. Let the world see what's going on. I'm just not in a manual wheelchair like the governor.
Emmanuel?
I'm a veteran, and my mobility scooter, my mobility aid was stolen because it was forced up off the ground to be stolen by Austin Resource Recovery or whatever. Austin Resource Recovery. Resource Recovery. Are they collecting oil from people's garages? No. Used oil? No. Dirty gas to be filtered and cleaned up? No. They go around stealing homeless people's stuff and now full-time RVers stuff and ministries stuff. They just basically stole my church
Ruby, get under.
right out from under me.
Well, your church/house. Ruby!
My home and church, which I'm allowed to do both. Tax code, IRS tax code says, for when you're doing the tax exempt,
Don't you want to be
and even state tax code.
Yeah, only have to do is
The church, and allowed up to one parsonage. Home. Alright, I might try and go live again later. Well, I don't know. If I have an update, I'll go live. If you don't see an update from me, then that means I'm still sitting here.
Ruby, please sit under Daddy's seat.
Still sitting here. Because of liars and thieves. And many of them, you pay their wages to do so. Yes, I did. Ammo. And it had already been transferred to my wife, and that's right now one of the things she's picking up is, since there's a Little Caesars where she was staying, where she was at, was some dinner and drinks for us.
And smoke for the parents.
And some more cancer sticks as we both go nuts. Over the situation. Make sure we maintain our sanity. Because I'm sure they'd love nothing more than that, is to Baker Act me, 5150, steal my daughter that way. They'll find whatever reason they can. With my solar panels, my Jackery box, it's all gone. All went with the RV.
Everything that you need medically, physically.
My CPAP machine.
Your mobile air
My dry
device.
used inhaler, my mobility scooter. The air conditioner to help me breathe better in the daytime. Which was a little portable one. Kind of like your little little radiator heaters. Well, I almost want to stay live just so y'all can see this. See this weather roll in. Can of green beans on top of the fridge.
Yep. That's the only thing that I didn't eat last night. Repeat it, the plan.
But I hope you can hear it too. This is the weather rolling in. Oh, didn't mean to do, well, I thought maybe it was a feature I could do, like I found I could do with Restream. Which was at a camera, where you could actually see me and the other direction at the same time. Nope. Wrong button.
What, you flipped?
No. Thought I heard something back that way, so I was thinking Mom was in that direction. I don't know who these people are. There's not a vehicle I've seen before around here.
Yeah, they're probably with CPS or dog control or...
Could be just somebody enjoying the trails. Or going down and checking the water level, the creek level. God willing and the creek don't rise, as they say. Well, it's one of those areas where you hope the creek, and one of these times right now where you hope the creek don't rise.
I mean, maybe we'll float away.
Why is my chair now starting to dump me out? Oh, is it too far forward in it?
Someone. Ooh,
See how
powder
deep that dip
blue.
is?
Powder blue.
Yeah, powder's still blue. Okay.
That's a dark bluish purple.
Okay.
Why did I just see lightning?
Because there was lightning. And there's the thunder that went with that lightning. They took away our home to force us under their thumb. Or shall I say it this way? They stole our home to force us into their internment camp.
And what?
People who know. People who know history.
There we go.
Because we don't believe what they want us to believe.
Oh, what they did to the Native Americans back
What they
then?
tried to do with you. They wanted you not to be homeschooled anymore, to throw you in public school to be indoctrinated.
I went to public school. What's hard?
Because Christians and homeschooling is bad, according to them.
Then how come they put me in a Christian
Our
home?
soldiers, so-called.
So-called Christian home.
Everything I'm able to know about the place. It's in name only.
Are you still alive?
Well, if it really comes down to it, I know Mama will walk you to the one place,
Not one place.
to plan number 1. I'm saying this to make sure the place where you and Ruby will be protected. So you and Ruby are good. Me and Mama, on the other hand, not so much. Which is their way of splitting our family up.
Place I went at
At least,
Christmas.
but at least
Hospital?
this one is on our own control, because
Oh.
What was their compelling government interest?
It's raining.
We don't like people we think are homeless, or we don't like Christian ministers near our parks and encampments because it interferes with the truth, interferes with our money grab to push people through the system.
When I moved it.
They're fine. Just hold it over your head, hold it good.
Yeah, I'm holding Ruby really good too.
If you can help, please help with the Venmo link that's pinned. It's also listed in my about information. Here's something in the brush behind us. Probably the deer.
Oh, the cat. The cat.
No. That's heavy like deer. Sounds pretty heavy. Unless it's a human trying to ambush us that don't know anything. Because they weren't in the Army. Or in the military at all. Because you also got the Marines. Marines and the Navy has their SEAL team. They all know about...
Marines have, Navy has people on land?
SEALs. Sea, air, land. That's what SEAL stands for. SEAL, sea, air, and land.
Sea, air, land. And you were a sea part.
But I was regular Navy. I was not a SEAL. I mean, I had a SEAL Team 8 hat from my ship that I bought, but it was one of those, what they call a commissary hat.
Commissary?
Yeah. Fundraising type hat.
Ruby, will you please get under Daddy's chair? I do not want you to get sick. It's raining. Please get under Daddy's chair.
Get under my chair. Get under there.
Go and be safe under Daddy's chair.
I love you too, Ruby. I love you too. I love you too. Yeah. Get under my chair, please.
Please.
What, you want a hug? What, you scared and want a hug? Huh? You want a hug? Okay, yeah, I love you too. Yeah, kisses, alright. Get down.
Come here. You want more huggy?
Down.
You want more huggy?
Please, thank you.
Ruby, huggy. Does Ruby want one? Does Ruby want a hug? You want a hug? I can give you a hug.
Drip, drop. July showers. July storms.
Instead of May, it's July.
This is what the government does to people and calls it compassion. This is so compassionate within policy, their eye care policy. This is Austin PD's eye care policy in reality. Was it Chief Davies? This is your policy in reality. Calling something that is actively lived in a church, not just a home, but a church as well. We even provided through our Starlink guest Wi-Fi because of the cruddy cell service in the area. Via Starlink.
Oh, does someone have an 8 in their back?
Okay.
We're just trying to go somewhere without...
Go under. Go under. Get under my chair. Under my chair, Ruby. Get under there. Go on. We don't have the RV. We don't have our home now. Our home was stolen, Ruby. We can't go in the home.
We go home. We can't go in the house. There's no house to go in, Ruby.
They stole our home, Ruby.
And then it's downpouring now.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you can go is under the RV.
Yeah. Finally, she got under my butt. All right.
At least you're getting cool. Yeah, maybe I tried to say nice and dry.
This is what you pay for, Austin, Texas. This is what your police department does. Still a non-abandoned RV, which is someone's home, right off a public street while they're in it during I'm the umbrella for my dog. My daughter's got the only umbrella we have here. The water just dripping off of me. Oh, now I've got the rain trying to do things for me on my phone. This is what happens, and you call it compassionate. And I knew this was going to... I was hoping it wouldn't go down like this. I was praying it wouldn't go down like this. I thought, but no, their vendetta was that bad. Their evil was that evil. For the whole world to see.
Ruby, it's still raining. You better get under there. If you want to be a wet puppy. I was petting Ruby a little bit to calm her down.
I have no clue what you're talking about there. My home was stolen. When I was in my home during this state of emergency, city, county, state of emergency for this exact weather. And the compassionate police department saying my RV was abandoned. There used to be an RV there and a trailer with my mobility scooter, my CPAP, a pavilion, $400 gazebo pavilion, what do you want to call it. Yeah, they stole it, saying it was abandoned. That's what it even says on the tow receipt, abandoned. And then our plan that was supposed to kick in, people said they were going to help with certain things, are either very delayed or are ghosting us. So if anybody does want to help, there's Venmo. That's the direct way to help, the quickest. But now, the only set of clothing I currently own, because everything else was inside the RV and trailer, here soaked. Nothing but shorts and a t-shirt. Texas. Thanks to Sonia from Parks and Rec. permit department. Chief Karen and Officer Rougeau. 13 year. And my daughter comes first. That's why I'm sitting here getting soaked. And we would have, but we had the home that kept us dry. Warm on cool nights. Somewhat cool on hot Texas days, as best as it can do.
We had AC, we had heat, we had drying.
And I don't even know where there's a safe place we can go under a tree to put at least move our seats. Because the tree right behind me, look at what's here on the ground.
Yeah, the wind just slow down a little bit, like slow down to a stop.
And I can't walk far enough to the nearest park pavilions. Shoot. I gotta figure out something here.
You can't go inside, there is no inside.
I know, they took away our inside. And I'm about to slip and fall. Oh, let me go stand in this poison oak ivy. Nope, it's still just as wet under here. There's no place to stand or stay.
Fine, we're walking with Pop Daddy.
Okay, it's a little slightly drier right here. Not much.
Not much. Ow!
Not pouring as bad right here. Whoops.
I came over here because of the dog.
Didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
Get over
Oh, it
here.
didn't really matter. Didn't mean to do that. Thumb or raindrops accidentally touches tap the screen. Okay, it's slowing down a little. Still pouring quite a bit.
The other thing that kept us dry is gone.
Ursel,
Yeah, go get your chair.
give me her leash. I'll move that way a little bit. Hold on. Just a little.
This is a wet
Ruby.
dog.
Daddy's got you.
Okay. What do you need me to get for you?
Bring the chairs over here.
All of them?
One by one, though. One at a time.
One by one? Okay.
So that way you can have the umbrella to do it. I know, Ruby. Oh, yeah. You brought this on yourself. It's one of the things I said. Ruby, no.
Are y'all not retarded? Fucking retarded.
All right, honey. Goodbye, folks. Sticker on my armrest.
Fucking retarded motherfuckers. I live with this